How's it going, guys? This is Jimmy and Lindsay from Anglers. We're going to give you guys this week's fishing report. We're going to start off. There's been some stuff going on with the rockfish, and Lindsay was just out recently for them, so she's going to tell you a little bit about what they were using.
Yeah, so we did pretty well this week, fishing for catch and release only right now. But some nice rockfish we caught. I think our biggest was 31 inches. So not those huge migratory fish, at least not where we were fishing, but they are nice fat fish, a lot of fun to catch. They are in really deep water right now. We fished 50 up to even 70 feet of water. I would say the majority of them were caught right in that like 50 to 60 foot range. And I was a little farther south of here, kind of towards Chesapeake Beach, but we were talking, and I think they're all over the place.
Yeah.
If you can find that deep water, really anywhere in the bay, that's where they're going to be.
Yeah.
If you can find sort of like a slope, not a steep drop, but like a slope where it kind of goes from like 70 or so down to 50 or so, that's where we found those fish hanging out, and they are tight to the bottom.
Okay.
You're not going to be catching suspended fish out there right now from what we have seen. They're really holding tight to the bottom, and they're really sluggish.
Okay.
So what we were using was a lot of metals. So I pulled just a couple of examples here. You're going to want those heavier metal jigs, 2 or even 3 ounces, to really get down there to the bottom. You could use plastics as well. Again, heavier. So 1.5 ounce jig heads with those bigger profile baits. I really like the Fat Boys from Bustin' Baits. Great profile to use this time of year. So really those heavy lures, get them down to the bottom. You need to be feeling the bottom, because again, if you're not feeling the bottom, the fish probably aren't going to bite. And it's a much slower action than what we're typically used to jigging during the summer months. Really just like a very slow, like lift and lowering, bottom bounce, because again, they're sluggish. They're not, snap jigging isn't going to do it this time of year. So yeah, hopefully we have some warmer weather in the future if you want to get out there on a boat. The fish are definitely there. Like I said, probably pretty much anywhere from our area down south. Going to be a lot of fun to fish for them. And then coming in like to the rivers and stuff, it's starting to thaw out a little bit.
Yeah, we got a nice 2 or 3 days of warm-ish weather, so you should have a couple days to get out and fish before it refreezes. I was driving over the Seven River Bridge. It looked pretty clear back in the coves. Stuff you can try and use right now if you want to go after some perch. They might be showing up early in the back of the creeks. You can do something like a perch float rig. You can tip that shad dart with either like a little stinger, like a plastic, or you can even just put a little bit of Procure and just kind of dab it onto that shad dart, and it just gives that nice scent, and it seems to work really good for them. Besides that, pickerel still there. Every fish right now is extremely sluggish. You're going to want to use slow lures, slow presentations, smaller baits.
Minnows.
Yeah, minnows.
Yeah, live minnows are always a really good way to go when it's cold.
Think about slowing it down and downsizing. And I know Charlie was out at Deep Creek.
Yeah.
He said the ice fishing bite's been really good there. Stuff like
They caught some massive yellow perch,
yeah.
massive pike, walleye. So yeah, if you want to make a trip out to Western Maryland, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you have there? What did you pull for us to use if we do go out there?
We do have these really tiny, just tungsten ice fishing jigs. You can tip it with either like a little mealworm, or you could do a minnow, or even like a piece of night crawler or something. And then people also like to fish shiners down there, just under a bobber, or you can kind of suspend it off the bottom. But yeah, it's been pretty good all around us. Hopefully we get some more warm weather and keep everything kind of not frosted over.
Yeah. I was over on the Eastern Shore yesterday. Like Smithville Lake, Idlewild, still mostly frozen, but partially thawed.
Yeah.
So you could get into there to fish. It's going to get cold again this weekend, but then warm again next week. So it's hard to say. Send us your reports. Send us your pictures if you guys are getting out there. And I think that about does it for this week.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.